Welcome to Matchday Social. My name is Sway, alongside my host Zway. Yo, what's up, guys? I am Zway. This is my brother Sway. We are bringing you the hottest football content in South Africa and in Europe, namely Betway Premiership, CAF Champions League, CAF Confederations League, as well as the Champions League, the Premier League predictions, Serie A predictions, and LaLiga predictions. You heard it here first. We bring you the hottest Premier League content, football content. We are very much amped for this journey, as this is our first ever YouTube channel. We want to take this content creating thing seriously. So we're very much happy to do so. Yeah. So just be bringing you the previews and reviews of all the matchday weeks since the league has started. So since the league has started, you're currently for the Premier League, we're currently on match week 3. Yes. So what's your take so far according to the performances of your top 5 teams? I would say I'll start with Arsenal, right? Arsenal are a very good team, obviously, but I just think it's the same old thing from Arteta. He's afraid to take risks. Take for instance the game against Liverpool yesterday. Yeah. That game, he was afraid to take risks. He started defensive midfielders, right? Because Odegaard he started on the bench, so was very defensive minded as well. As you know, he also plays centre backs and full back positions. So so that's the difference between Liverpool and Arsenal. Liverpool are champions. You should be able to grind out games no matter the circumstances, because results determine the outcome of the game. But for Arsenal are just afraid of losing. That's the difference in mentality. Since their manager is afraid of losing. Exactly, which shouldn't be the case. You should be able to take risks in games, just like you said, and in order to compete. Right, because I noticed something. Obviously, it was a game of two halves, right? The Arsenal were pressing Liverpool very well in the first half. Yeah. Liverpool didn't really have that much control of the game. That's why you saw one-on-ones between Szoboszlai and Martinelli, and on the other flank between Noni Madueke and Kirkes, which Kirkes had a very great game, So I think Slots switched tactics in the second half. That's why Liverpool were able to gain more control of the game. That's why you saw players like Curtis Jones obviously was introduced and was able to have an influence on the game. As much as it wasn't his most epic performance, but after that change was made in terms of like tactics, he was able to to maneuver around, sort of like. Yeah, but I think you guys shouldn't put so much pressure on Fritz, right? Because even though we know he came for 116 million euros, yes, right? But you shouldn't try to put so much pressure on him. He's adapting. This is not the Bundesliga where you're given time to dwell on the ball, take on players and all of that. Yeah, but you should just give him time. Just give him that grace. Give him a bit of time. Yeah, because we all know how social football, Twitter, these days people just expect players to, perform overnight. I think the main reason for that is the price tag. Yeah, that's what puts so much pressure on players. Just as Liverpool just confirmed that Isak is just joining Liverpool. Yeah, I know it's gonna cook, but there's gonna be that lingering pressure, I'd say. Yeah, obviously it's a bigger club. Obviously it's gonna have like a microscope on him, Yeah, because it's like performing it like in the world stage now, so you have to produce the performances, So I think with regards to that's another factor. Liverpool were very good defensively yesterday. With your makeshift right back. Yes, Dominic Szoboszlai. Yeah, as much as we conceded 4 goals in the last 2 games, which is obviously versus Bournemouth and Newcastle, it was very refreshing to keep a clean sheet because I was sort of worried about our defense, you know.
Yeah.
But obviously, it helps that we kept a clean sheets, you know. I just don't think also Arsenal tested us that much defensively in terms of like their attack.
Yeah, they didn't. But I was very impressed since Frimpong is injured and Conor Brady just came back to training. I was very impressed with Szoboszlai at right back.
It was very good.
Yeah, it's very good. Considering that's not his natural position as a footballer. So he really took that chance.
Yeah. Moving on, we're gonna talk Manchester United versus Burnley.
Yo,
a lot of things
guys, just so you know, guys, he's a Liverpool fan. I'm a Man United fan. So
and
we're direct rivals.
And
I'm a Madrid fan.
Ooh, boo.
And he doesn't support any club in Spain or wherever.
It's just Liverpool.
It's just Liverpool. And Orlando Pirates is inyama ngingane guys. South Africa is injured.
None of that cheap shit. Yeah.
So I was with United, I just get caught up in emotions because the coach is trying, but Amorim is trying, but I'm not entirely comfortable with Bruno as a number 8.
But that's what he was playing though before you guys even bought him. That was his position. Or you're more convinced that it's a 10 than an 8?
Yes.
Okay.
Thing is with Bruno, he sometimes loses the ball. That's my issue with Bruno. He doesn't. He sometimes loses the ball. I know he's a quality player. He can make things happen for the team. Hence why he usually bails us out in certain situations. But I'm not entirely comfortable. I think we need a ball carrier in midfield that's gonna move the ball. That's gonna move the ball from the defense. They're gonna pass it to him in midfield, and then there's gonna be alongside him.
Kobe Manu is right there.
Yeah, I also think the same way. I also think that Kobe Manu can put in a shift in that position and make it his position. But the issue is currently Mount is having a good run of form.
He likes Mount.
Yeah, I know it does. But currently he's having a good run of form. You can't bench. You won't bench Cunha and when you need those guys in the field.
Okay.
And for Sesko, I'll give him some grace there because he's still adapting. But what I've noticed so far, Amorim kind of likes that false 9 attack.
But the thing is, even though he likes that kind of attack, he bought a striker. And so
definitely the striker has to play the striker. Yeah, he's still gonna play. He's still gonna play his role in the team. But I'd say just give him a bit of time to adjust and all of that. So regarding the performance, we could have finished it in the first half. Because I might miss the sitter, dog. Missed the sitter.
Diallo.
Yeah. And Buemo was man of the match, really.
Buemo was very good in that game.
He really had a good game. So, I was impressed. Because I'm not entirely blaming the system. We also need a goalkeeper, right? That's another glaring issue. We need a goalkeeper because we considered a scruffy goal. In fact, both of those goals should have been avoided. Right?
Like they were preventable.
Yes, they were preventable. Like Foster's goal as well as Anthony's goal. Anthony's goal was scruffy. So, I'd say I won't entirely blame the system because the coach can't make decisions for the players on the pitch all the time because they have to use their footballing IQs in order to exploit opponents and all of that.
Yeah.
But my issue is Bruno at number 8. That's my main issue.
So you'd like Bruno to be playing with Cunha and Buemo in the front.
Yes, I'd like to see Bruno challenging with the likes of Cunha.
Wait, so Bruno on the left, obviously Buemo on the right, you know, inside channel.
Sesko up
And
front.
then Sesko. But what does that leave Cunha? You said
Cunha, Mbuemo, Mount, and Bruno should be the ones competing for those spots.
Cunha, Mbuemo, Mount,
Yes.
and Bruno.
Yeah, and I don't like the fact that Bruno can't be benched because he's captain.
Yes,
You
but
can give him like
you don't bench your captain.
you can just take him off 15 minutes before the game ends, right?
It's not easy.
Even though, yeah, I know it's not easy, but it has to happen. Even though he's the captain, I think it has to happen.
It's not
So
that
I won't blame the system though. We just came back from a humiliating defeat at Grimsby.
Grimsby.
Our goalkeeper,
The brothers Grimsby.
our goalkeeper Onana is a Premier League
Flop.
Flop. Goalkeeper, but he couldn't save 2 penalties. That's
It
disappointing.
was very bad. It was very bad.
Guys,
That
come
was
on.
a disaster from him.
It was a disaster performance. So so far we have a win against Burnley, a draw against Fulham, which we should have won because Bruno missed the penalty, as well as we lost against Arsenal. So currently we have about 4 points. We're the top half of the table. I think we were 9
And we're on
points.
top of the league. We're the only
but
team
we'll see.
that has 100% record. Right? Fuck it. Just jokes, guys. Moving on, we're talking Chelsea. Okay, let's start with Manchester City. What the hell is going on there?
I think Pep has been found out.
Disclaimer, I think Pep, I'm just hoping Pep is washed. Because we are tired of watching Guardiola ball, you know?
No, that's not the case. I think
No, I'm
He's
not
still
saying that's
trying.
the case. No, I'm not saying that's the case. You can never count him out. It's Pep Guardiola.
at the
You
end
know,
of the
anyway.
day, yeah.
But I just hope that his time is up.
Of dominance.
Yes.
I also think so, but Pep Guardiola, I think everyone, he was a game changer in the footballing space. The way he used to set up his teams and all of that. But I think everyone has studied him and tried to break down his teams, and yeah, I think that everyone has got around it. Practically they're used to it now. The way that he tries to play teams. Because it's not a coach is not managing United. That's why he's not under pressure. Even though he has 1 win and 2 losses against the terrible Wolves,
Boy,
Spurs,
hey,
and Brighton.
Hey, it's just City, man.
Don't say just City. City have been dominant for the longest time.
Yes, but you can't compare City to the likes of United. As much as the City has been walking the league the past few years, you can't say it because it's not United. United are always going to be under a microscope because they are also a bigger club than City.
Yeah,
You
you're
get
right.
it.
Yeah.
So, moving back to the game, I didn't really see the game that much. I only caught about the last 20 minutes or so. But I think, I think Manchester City lacks physicality. And their wingers are toothless.
Yeah,
They will never.
I also think, in my personal opinion, they haven't replaced Sterling
And Sane. They'll never.
Those were legal.
Wait. They did replace Sane with Mahrez.
Yeah, Mahrez was good.
But it's a thing of they can't have that wing pairing again. That kind of those kind of players who can change
Mamouche
the game.
can do that.
Nah, he hasn't shown that.
Yeah, he hasn't, but he can be. He can be that type.
Yes. Obviously, the ceiling is high for him because we all know he's a good player. But it's gonna be very hard to. I don't think they are never gonna have those type of wings again because Udoku is a dad. Speed merchant Udoku. Udoku is a speed merchant.
One trick pony.
No
end products.
Doku, please.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens to City. Moving on to Chelsea, I think Chelsea are going to be strong contenders for the league this season.
Why?
I think Chelsea, they're gonna do it.
Why?
Chelsea have improved from the time they Posh
appointed.
left. Even though Posh was gaining momentum, and you could see the way his team wanted to play. I think Maresca was also a good appointment for Chelsea.
Yeah,
Because within the space of a season, they won the Conference League and they won the Champions League, the Club World Cup. Sorry. Yeah, so I think that's the issue with Chelsea. Moving on to my top 5 predictions of the season, I would say I'll start at number 5, right? I'm still backing United for 5th. If United
more like
are
15th, yeah.
If United are 5th, they're gonna be 6th. Spurs are gonna be 5th, right? 4th, Arsenal.
How? Arsenal number 4.
Don't tell
You
me
think
about
City are gonna finish above Arsenal?
Yeah, they are. Arsenal 4th, 3rd is Chelsea, 2nd is City.
City second. You know when you say City second.
Yeah, I still think that City can still challenge for the Premier League. Still early stages.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'd say first is Liverpool. In as much as I hate to say it, but it's reality.
Right. Okay. Okay. Your top 5 is not bad, right?
No, it's good.
But I'm gonna go from 1st to 5th, the opposite of what you are doing. First, we are going back to back, boy. We are going back to back. I'm very optimistic going into the season. Obviously, I'm also disappointed that the deal we had with Mark Gray sort of like falling through and all that stuff because Palace couldn't find a replacement. Secondly, we just signed Isak. The saga of the transfer window. We signed one of the best strikers in the world. Very much optimistic, right? Obviously, it's gonna take a while for these players to gel, but once they do, it's gonna be confidence for you niggas. Confidence for United, confidence for City, 6 feet deep.
So, why are you worried about United?
No, I'm not saying.
Kick it down,
No, I can actually. I can't kick a dog while it's down. It's United.
So you're top 5,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Liverpool first. Arsenal second for the 4th season in a row. Arsenal. That's what they're gonna achieve again this season. Second. Thirdly, I'd give it to Chelsea. Chelsea are a very good young team, especially if Palmer can be back, and we all know how good of a player he is.
Yeah.
And then they have a chance, obviously with the likes of Joao Pedro, Caicedo, Enzo, James, and all those players. I think they have a chance, to challenge this season. But I'm not tipping them for the league. Number 4th, I'd give it to Manchester City. I think City can always make top 4, top 5 because they have one man up front and he can score goals and decide games. Erling Haaland, right? Yeah. And then 5th,
sadly couldn't against Brighton.
He scored,
but it wasn't enough. Okay,
5th, I'd give it to Spurs. No Manchester United in the top 5 for me.
It's fine.
I think
I
think Manchester United can just do 7th or 6th this season, and then next season they can build on that, right? Don't take no offense, boy, your team sucks, right? Yes, that's just it for me.
Yeah, moving on to La Liga. What do you think is happening in Spain? Let's say your top 4 in Spain.
Top 4, I would say top 3. There are only 3 big teams in Spain. Barca, Madrid, Atletico. Real Madrid, Atletico. Those are like the only big teams in Spain. But I'll just speak on the Madrid game. I didn't watch the Barcelona game. I know they played the draw, so I'm not gonna have that much. I'm not gonna say anything really because I didn't even watch the highlights. Madrid. I thought Madrid played well.
Yeah, they had a very good game.
But wait, what time? What was the score in that time?
No, they won the game 2 and
Was it 2-1, not 3-1? I'm not sure. Right. Okay. But I think Madrid played well. Right.
yeah, I watched the game. The game was good.
Yeah, I watched. Yeah,
played very
even
well.
the Trent had a good game. Yeah. So he had a good game. Vinny scored after so long. He scored, but yeah, he bores me because he talks too much.
But
Right.
I have an issue with
With what?
Madrid. My issue with Madrid is the fact that I think we're a bit unsettled in the middle of the park.
Who plays midfield? Adekula and
It's
Valverde.
It's Adekula, Valverde, Tchouaméni. Yeah.
No, like the starting players.
Starting players is Adekula and Valverde so far.
So, what do you mean? You are scared? You are like not optimistic of that?
I am optimistic because I feel like they're still in a transitional space compared to Barcelona, because Barcelona added the likes of Rashford for squad depth and all of that. Yeah, but I realistically speaking, I'm not sure what to expect this season, even though we have won the first 3 games. But I'm still tipping Madrid to challenge for the league. I'm just not sure of the outcome, if we'll be able to keep up with Barcelona.
Madrid can challenge for the league. Right? It's La Liga. Even in the worst season, they can win the.
But watch out for Atletico this season. I think they're going to be ultimate underdogs.
They're always underdogs, actually.
Yeah, I know. But watch the space. I think Atletico put in a shift this season.
Yeah, they can. But I'm not entirely convinced with them because I haven't even watched the game this season. You know, but I'll take a look at them. But in terms of like my top 3 in La Liga, I'm gonna say Barca. Barca is gonna win the league again. And then Real Madrid, number 2, third Atletico.
My other issues with Madrid, I don't really see the space for Jude Bellingham in the team, because usually he often plays as up front. Usually first season he played as a 10.
That's when he scored the most goals.
Yeah. Last season he dropped into a box-to-box midfielder, but currently I don't see a role for him in that team. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Alonso might have a plan going forward, right? Because I think this season, I honestly think this season, our player of the season is going to be Adekula. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's a very good player.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're saying Bellingham doesn't have you don't think he has a place in that team, who should be starting ahead of him then?
No, I'm saying because Adekula is doing what the coach wants. Sometimes Bellingham is not doing much to track back. That's my issue.
So does Mbappe.
No, Mbappe is a forward.
Yes.
Bellingham is a midfielder. I'm not saying that Mbappe should impress, just like the others in the team, but it's a different case for Jude because he plays in the middle of the park. That's what I'm trying to imply.
Wait, okay, I'm gonna ask this. Where does he play now in the current system? He plays in the front 3.
No, currently Jude is injured.
Oh.
Yeah, he's injured, yeah.
But when he wasn't injured, where was he playing?
He was playing in midfield. In the Club World Cup, he was playing in midfield.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Club World Cup were playing a 3-5-2. Yeah, we're playing a 3-5-2, 3 centre backs, obviously 3 midfield as well as wing backs and 2 forwards, right? So, yeah, I think he might have a place because currently Tchouaméni, Adekula and Fede Valverde are playing in the team. He's gonna have to fight his way back into the team. We'll see if I don't think he can fight for that place with Fede Valverde, because you know Fede what he's capable of. He's a workhorse in that midfield. Is very yeah. But we'll see what happens. Maybe it might have a place. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Moving on, we're gonna reflect on the Champions League draw that took place last week Thursday. Are you happy with the fixtures? Are you excited? What's your thoughts on that?
I think the new format is always it's gonna get boring. You know why? City are playing Madrid again.
Liverpool
are playing Madrid
again.
One thing I'm looking forward to is PSG versus Barcelona, because Dembele is come back to the camp.
Oh yes.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm also another game I'm looking forward to is Liverpool versus City. All because of this trends coming homecoming
against Madrid.
Yeah, you know, and I hope he plays that game, and I hope he gets cooked.
I think he is gonna play in that game, but we'll see what happens. But who are you tipping for the Champions League title?
Oof. I think I don't have any thoughts on it now, right? But we'll see when the game starts. You know.
Let me tell you my 4 teams that are gonna be in the semis, right?
Okay.
Barcelona. Chelsea. I think Chelsea are currently
a very good cup team. Chelsea
currently, yes. I think they're very good in knockout tournaments.
Yeah.
PSG. Chelsea, PSG, Barcelona, Madrid. Yeah.
You heard it here first. Real Madrid are going to the semis, right? Okay. I don't think Madrid are convincing enough for me to go to the semis. But okay, before you say anything, I'm gonna say it's the Champions League, it's Real Madrid. Wow. Obviously. But the thing is, they're not entirely convincing for me. I just think they're gonna find it hard, with these fixtures. Obviously, playing the likes of City, the likes of Liverpool.
I don't think they'll find it hard.
Why?
They're gonna maneuver through those games. They're gonna get gonna get the results in those games.
Okay,
Madrid are such a different team in the Champions League, though.
Yes, we know that.
We've seen it a number of times.
We know that,
yeah.
But that
so
doesn't
I
mean,
think
that doesn't mean they're not gonna get knocked out.
Exactly, football is football.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to imply is, don't ever write off Madrid.
I'm writing them off. I don't think they're very good this season, and they're gonna get cooked.
You heard it here, guys. Madrid are going to the semis of the Champions League final.
Boom!
Yeah, so moving forward, guys, we're taking it all the way back home with the Betway Premiership. Currently, Orlando Pirates has 9
3 wins and a spin.
Yeah, in 5 games. The first 2 games, I think the coach was still trying, even though he has such a big squad, the coach was still trying to find the chemistry within the team, even though it cost us 6 points. Maybe we should be having like 15 points. Yeah, but everything is looking good so far in the MTN final against Stellenbosch and Bombela. We also have a good team, and I'm also happy that Taviso Levito is back, because he's usually our best centre back. Because Omashilo and the one who started playing in the season.
Yeah, it should be.
The one who signed from Morocco.
Smelewele is holding the fort.
I honestly think Smelewele is going to be a signing of the season so far. Yeah, I think I wasn't expecting him to be. I was expecting maybe also Napolis,
but Napolis is playing very well.
Yeah, currently, apart from the game we played against Polokwane City, it hasn't been as lively as the previous ones, because he plays left wing, so the coach also puts him in the right wing, which I don't think he will be effective as much, right?
But it's not been bad.
It's not been bad, yeah, you can't write him off completely, but we'll see moving forward. And our neighbors are also having a good season so far. Chiefs 4 wins, 1 draw.
Chiefs is gonna fall off, bruh. I mean, I don't think
But
this crazy Chiefs
we
thing
can't
is
take it
gonna-
off. We can't deny the fact that they've improved this season.
Yes,
That's
they
why
have
it's-
improved significantly, but I
Yeah.
don't think they can maintain this type of gear they're driving at, because obviously they have new players and all that stuff.
Yeah, they've made
But
some good
for me, as much as they've been good, right? I wouldn't say very good. They've been good, but I don't think they can maintain it throughout the season, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, Sundowns is having not had the best start for their standards.
Yeah.
You know, I just hope. Obviously, I also hope Sundowns. This is the end of their dominance, and then the league.
I'm also tired of Sundowns dominant. This is the 8th season. If they were to win this season, they're gonna have 8 Premier League titles in a row. Yeah, 8 Premiership titles
That's
in a row, though. They're already on 7.
Yeah.
I still think Pirates are gonna win the league. That's what I think.
Okay.
I think we're gonna grow into the season. Wadu Ball is cooking up something. But one thing I like about Wadu is because whenever he sees that something isn't working in the game, he makes changes instantly. For example, in the MTN8 second leg semi-final, Maswangani came off, I think, he played like 38 minutes into the game, and then he took him off, and then Belebele came, he took off who was Van Roy. No.
Van Roy is a fullback.
Yeah, but Belebele started as a right wing, and then
moved back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. But
Okay.
moving forward, we'll see. Let me just wrap it up with my top 3. Let's say I'll say top 5 in the Betway Premiership. I think first, we're still gonna surpass Kaizer Chiefs winning the league.
Yeah.
Second, Sundowns.
And then third.
Chiefs.
Okay.
4th, Sekhukhune. 5th, even though they haven't had the brightest of starts.
Steadies.
Steadies, yeah.
I mean, I'll just give you the top 3. I'm not gonna give you the top 8. It's too much teams to keep track of. I would say Sundowns can still come back. As much as they've had a tough start by their standards, they can still come back. So I'm still tipping Sundowns for the league.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Ribeiro wants to leave.
Okay.
Do they have a replacement in place for Ribeiro?
They don't.
They're not the same team anymore.
Yes, of course. But I would say, even though they're not the same team, I think they have enough to push through for the league.
I think Cardoso will be saved. Cardoso is going back to Portugal. That's what I think.
Okay, I got it. And then second, I'm gonna have Pirates second, Chiefs third. I'm not sure about Chiefs. I know I might be dismissing their efforts and all that stuff because that's what it seems like to me. But I just think they're not entire. I don't think they can have that kind of consistency, right? That brings us to the end of our show, guys. I hope you enjoyed what we talk about, our talking points. We just hope that you guys want you guys to be engaged. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is Match Day Social alongside my co-host Uzwe. We are signing out. See you on the next episode after the international break.